Okay, so I'm gonna share my calendar. It's actually the school calendar, guys. Okay, so today is the 13th of May, 2022. And as you can see that we only have 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks before the final examination in semester two. So which means that we only have, yeah, of course, 2 weeks, but we have a holiday, we have two holidays next week, which is on Monday, and the next 2 weeks, which is on Thursday. So we have these two holidays. And then you will also go to school, I think on Wednesday, 25th of 24th of 25th, I forgot. I think it's 24. Let me see it again. That will be PTMT. Here we go. I think it's, oh yeah, 25th. Yeah, 25th of May 2022. Yeah, so these are the topics. They are the subjects that you will learn at school later on, 25th of May 2022. So if I go back again to the calendar here, again, guys, you only have 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a very short time. And you have to prepare yourself for all of the topics to learn all of the subjects and topics in semester two. So I know that's a lot. And the if I'm not mistaken, that the final examination will be still online. Yeah, guys, still online. But hopefully, again, guys, because we know that the pandemic is, I think it's almost over. We can say that this is endemic, although we know that we still have like one disease, I think, that's come up, which is the hepatitis acute. Yeah, I don't really, I haven't seen I haven't updated the news yet, but I think hopefully we're safe to do PTMT next year. Yeah, guys. So I hope to seeing you guys every single day from Monday to Friday. Okay. So so I'm gonna stop sharing here. Okay, so again, hopefully, guys, you all of you are healthy. And one more thing, maybe again, I'm gonna remind you again with the Edmodo. I have for your class, I think I have score all of your tasks. You can see your Edmodo and see how you are doing. And there are some of you who haven't submitted some tasks, and there are also some of you who submitted the task but only the question. Okay, that's pretty bad. I think that you should go again go to your task again, and please submit your answer, not the question. Yeah, for those of you have done it very good, you can see the score. I have given you the score, and that will be one of the, what do you call it, you can like predict what you will have on the report, yeah, guys. So if you still need any help, I will be gladly to help you guys, and for the upcoming end semester test. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the opening today. Yeah, again, hopefully, guys, you have a great holiday for 3 weeks, and again, 1.5 months we will go to school, and then after that you get another holiday for about like 2 or 3 weeks again, and then after that you go to school again. Yeah. Okay, so let's without further ado, let's just go to the topic, which is about the set. Okay, so I would like you to, if you write down any notes that you can have. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so previously, guys, we have learned about sets. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you what we learned last time. Here we go. Sama kan ya? Salah. Yang ini, maaf. Sama aja sih. Okay, so this is what we learned, what we have learned last time before last session before the long holiday, guys. So I hope that you have the notes, guys, for this one, because there are a couple of things that will be on the final examination. So we will not have any quiz for this topic, but it will come up. I will make sure that this is going to be on the included into the final examination. Yeah, semester two. Okay, so again, we know we have learned about sets, so I'm gonna review it a little bit. So set is the collection of well-defined distinct objects. Okay, so well-defined means it's clear, it's not ambiguous, and it's not an opinion. Distinct means that it's different from one another, right? For example, if I have what they call it, if I have for example the sets is like 1 2 3 and then another one here, so you don't have to write this down twice. Yeah, it's not distinct, so you don't have to write this down twice, just once, it's enough. Yeah, so that was what we call like distinct. Yeah. Okay, so a couple of examples that we have learned also last time was the collection of boys in grade 7 Istanbul, for example. This is a set. Why we call this a set? Because this is well defined. It's well defined because we talk about boys and we know which one is boys, which one is not boys, right? And then it's also said in grade 7 Istanbul, right? Because it's very clear that we can say that this is a set. Okay, if we want to write down the elements or the what do you call it? Yeah, the elements of this set. We can say, look, man, we have Tristan, Alzam, and so on, so on, right? So all the boys in grade 7 Istanbul. Okay, so we call it set. Yeah. So another example that is not a set is this: the collection of delicious food in Chibibur. So we can see that delicious, this word here is ambiguous because one person to other person can have different opinion about the word delicious. When I say delicious food, maybe for you it's not delicious, right? For example, I don't like seafood, right? Maybe you guys really like seafood, you say delicious, but for me, just the smell, I can say, right? So that's why we cannot say this is a set. So this is not a set because again, it's not well defined. Okay. So these are the examples of set and not set. Okay. Okay. The next one that we have learned also is about the element of set, right? For example, if we have the collection of boys in grade 7 Istanbul SPA year 2021 to 2022. So this is very clear. You just see the boys, how many boys are there, and then you just point or name all of the boys here. So the elements of this set is Alzam, Ryan, Tristan, Zofan, Lokman, Rafael, and Gio. Maybe, is there any other boys besides this? Not the boys. Okay. Okay, so you just name the elements. So what does what includes inside the set? Yeah. Okay. So the next thing that we also have learned is the notation of set. And then the notation, sorry, set is denoted by capital letter. So whenever you want to write down naming a set, you just use a capital letter, just one. Yeah. For example, A, B, C, just A or just B or just C, right? But make sure that you use a capital letter for this one. Okay. And then the next one is to use a curly bracket, right? So inside the curly bracket, you write down all of the elements. For example, like this. Set A is the collection of all prime numbers less than 12. So A is the name of the set, right? So this A, that is the name of the set. Okay, so it's represented by a capital letter. And then it said that the collection of all prime numbers less than 12. So we can write down all of the elements, all of the member of that is include to all prime numbers less than 12. For example, like this one, we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, right? So these are the numbers, the prime numbers less than 12. And then you can see that in front and in the back here, we have curly brackets. So every time you write down the element of set, please use curly bracket. Don't use the original, like the regular parentheses or regular bracket, yeah. For regular bracket, we'll use this for coordinates later on in grade 8. Yeah. For now, again, we're talking about set, so you are going to use that curly bracket. Okay. The next one we have also learned about these two signs, these two symbols. This one said we read it as belong to. This one is not belong to. For example, if I say two is it say that two is two belongs to A, right? 2 belongs to A. Why? Because 2 is inside. I mean, like it's included into the set A, right? And then if I say 12, 12 is not included into the set A because we don't have any 12 in here, right? So we can say that 12 doesn't belong to or not belong to set A. Okay, so yeah, we have learned about that. Okay, and then the next thing that we also have learned is to write down the what they call the elements. Yeah, the elements of a set. For example, here we have set B is the collection of whole numbers less than 6. Okay, guys, I really need you to maybe review a little bit about the types of number, if you still remember, like whole number and then integers, right? And then rational numbers. If you forget, please go back to grade 7 semester 1. Yeah. Okay, so we have whole numbers less than 6. Okay, whole numbers start from 0. So the elements of set B is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because set that less than 6. Less than 6 means that 6 does not include. Okay, okay. The same thing, the set C is the collection of odd numbers less than 13. So less than 13. So because we know that odd numbers start from 1, so we start from 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. 13 does not include because it's set less than. Ya, kalau saya bilang less than equal to, baru 13 masuk ya. Okay. Okay, here we go. So if I have a statement, if I have this statement, and then I would like you to determine whether the statement is true or not. For example, like 3 belongs to B. So we can see, oh, this 3 is in B. Yes, it is. So this is true. Right? As simple as that. And then we have 7, it does not belong to C. 7 does not belong to, but the fact that C is belong to C. So this is false. Yeah, this is a false statement. Okay. And so on, so on, so on. Yeah. So these are the things that you have learned previously. Okay. So now we're going to learn about a new subtopic about this, about set. And I'd like you to write down the title for today's lesson, which is the representation of a set. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be our title for today's lesson. So basically there are 3 types. Oh ya, silakan Cynthia. Yeah. Okay, so basically the most common method to represent a set, there are 3 of them. Yeah, the first one is what we call the statement form. Statement form. The second one, we call it the roster form. Bukan roster ya, tapi roster. And then the last one is what we call the set builder form. Okay, so there are 3 common ways on how to represent a set, right? So I'm going to give you one example. Yeah, let me see the okay. Wait. Okay. If I have sample given, okay, so if I have a statement like this, the set of integers lying between -3 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to write down one by one, right? How do you write it down in statement form? How do you write it down in roster form? And how do you write it down in set builder form? Okay, so I'm going to go one by one. So statement form is just write all of the sentences, right? So if I go to the first form, which is the statement form, that will be just, let's say we name this set as A. Yeah? So A will be equals to, right? Again, guys, you write down this using the curly bracket. So curly bracket like this, right? So for example, just write down integers. You just write down all of the sentence, right? Integers lying between -3 and 2. That's it. Just write down all of the sentence. That's it. Very easy, right? Okay, the next one. Yes, silakan Lukman. The second one is what we call the roster form. So the roster form is actually writing down all of the elements. Okay, so this one is writing all the elements. Okay, so if I say integers lying between -3 and 2, which means that -3 and 2 does not include, ya, does not include, because say between, ya, between itu di antara yang nggak termasuk, ya, misalnya di antara A dan B, oh berarti A sama B nggak masuk, gitu ya. Okay, so when we're talking about integers, remember that integers can be like negative number, 0, and also positive number. For example, like -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on, right? So because it said that integers lying between -3 and 2, so we can write this down. So let's say it's the name of the set is A. So that will be just writing down all of the members of elements of that. So it would be, which we're going to start from -2, because after -3 is -2, right? -2, and then -1, and then 0, and then 1. Again, we do not include -3 and 2 because it said between. Yeah, between means that both of them does not include. And that's it. Pretty easy, right? Okay. The next one, this one is a little bit challenging for you guys because we need to write this down in a notation. Yeah. So I'm going to write it down like this. So in the set builder form, that will be, okay, so I would like you to catch up with me, guys. So I'm going to use X, yeah, X, such that, so we have this line over here. Just notice that the line is a straight vertical lines that goes from the top to the bottom of the what do you call it, the apa namanya nih, garis inilah pokoknya. So we read it as such that, yeah, X, such that X is the X belongs to I. I here means integers because we're talking integers. We're going to talk about that later, yeah, guys, about types of number, yeah. X is the element of integers, and then it lies between -3 to 2. Okay, so this is how you write it down in set builder form, right? So most of the time, guys, I'm going to give you some question later on the for the final examination is something like this. So you are going to pick which one is which, yeah, which one is like set builder form. How do you write this? For example, I'm going to give you a set which is in roster form, and I would like you to convert that to set builder form. Okay, so this is the example, guys. So this is the example on how we're representing a set. Yeah, so we have three common types of set and how to write them down. The first one is statement form. It's quite easy. Just write down in sentences. And then we have roster form is to write down all of the elements. And we have set builder form, which is like this. Okay, so I'm going to write down some notes in here, guys. So in here, the what do you call it? That is, okay, I'm going to write down how to read this. Yeah, how to read this. Oke. Read-nya begini ya, guys. X, A is the set of elements X such that. Yeah, so this line here, we read it such that, yeah, such that. X is integers between, oh sorry, not between, integers where X is more than, not more than, greater, yeah, greater than. Oops, sorry guys. Yeah, error. Wait. More than, ini tolong ditulis ya. This is going to be very important to you guys. Is greater than -3 and less than 2. Okay, as you can see that when you read this in sentences, it's going to be a very long sentence, yeah. But again, guys, in mathematics, we normally like make it easy, make it simple. So we only need to write down in just one line like this. Okay, one more example, yeah, guys. One more example. Ya, silakan Rafael. Okay, I would like you to think with me, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna write down something in here, and then I would like you to help me with the roster form and the set build set builder form, because statement form is just writing down the sentences. Okay, another example. Okay, another example is wait, let's see the set. B is the set of natural number. Natural number between 3 and 7. Okay. Okay, now I would like you to help me with this. Okay, so I'm going to need you to write this down, the roster form. I would like you to write down the roster form, and please write it down on the chat box. Every one of you, please write it down. Write down the roster form on the chat box. Yeah, this is the example, guys. So you only need to write down the name of the set, right, which is the B, right? So you'll start with B equals to, and then a bracket, and then you write down all the elements that is natural number between 3 and 7. Okay, so do you know a natural number? What numbers should we start? Natural number itu angka pertamanya berapa, guys? Bahasa Indonesia bilangan asli, guys. Masih ingat bilangan asli? Bilangan asli, ada bilangan asli, ada bilangan palsu dong, Pak. Gimana, Kiara? Do you know what number should we start? Berapa?
Number 1.
Yeah, number 1, yeah. So we start with 1, but that it's between 3 and 7, ya. Between 3 and 7. Oke, silakan tulis di chat box ya, guys. Silakan. Saya akan cek. Mana cek the chat box. Waalaikumsalam. Oke, sebentar ya. Saya mau ke belakang dulu. Give me like 2 minutes. Sambil kalian nulis ya. Oke, ditulisnya pakai kayak gini ya. Jangan cuma ditulis angka itunya doang, tapi like the name of the set equals to curly bracket and then all of the members, and then remember that you use comma to separate the elements ya. Oke, Cynthia tolong ditulis ulang. Yes, oke. Saya sebentar ya, guys. Give me 2 minutes. Oke, sudah ada beberapa yang mengirimkan. Oke, Kiara cuma salahnya satu. You should use capital letter. Ya, the name of the set should be in capital letter. Cuma itu doang. The rest is okay, good. Ira, yes, very good, benar. And then Darren, yes, betul. Cynthia, you should use curly bracket ya, Cynthia. Not a regular bracket ya. Curly bracket itu di samping P. On the right side on your keyboard you see P, and then on the right side you have brackets, right? You press the shift button and then you press that, will have the curly bracket ya. Cynthia cuma itu aja. Oke, and then Aurel, yes, very good. Yang lain silakan. Yeah. Oops. Okay, Kenny, you haven't write down the name of the set, which is B. And then I think because it said between 3 and 7, I think 1 and 2 does not include. Do you agree, Kenny? Ya enggak? Between 3 and 7 ya. Between 3 and 7, I think 1 and 2 is not between 3 and 7 ya. Oke, silakan ditulis ulang. Oke, Rafael, good, very good. Lanjut. Yang lain belum nih? Lagi? Abel kayaknya belum nih. Tristan, Brian, mana lagi ya? Lukman, yes, very good. Yes, betul sekali. Ya, betul sekali, Tristan. Very good. Yes, yes. Oke, jadi ngerti ya? Gampang kan? Iyalah, it's very easy, guys. Okay, now I would like you to write this down in set builder form. Okay, this one is a little bit challenging, guys. So I would like you to write it down like this. Yeah, like this. Right? So you can use that. I'm going to give you a hint, guys. So because we know that the name of the set is B, so you can start with B again, equals 2, and then just use the X, yeah, for this one. Actually, you can use A, B, C, but most of the time in mathematics, we use X, Y, Z, yeah? So let's use X for this time, yeah? Okay, so again, you have curly bracket, and then X, and then this one here. Actually, you don't have that in, do you have that? Wait, let me see on the keyboard. Do we have that in the keyboard? Yeah, we have it actually on the top of enter, right? If you press the shift button, you can actually write it down, right? So let me use my, there we go, right? On your keyboard, guys, on your keyboard, you have the enter button over here, right? On the top, do we have like curly bracket in here and in here? And on the side of that, we have this guy and this guy, right? So use this one, okay? Use that using your keyboard. Okay, so B equals to curly bracket X. Just use X on your keyboard kayak gini ya guys. Tapi kalau saya kan tulisnya kayak gini, okay, no problem. And then again X itu termasuknya apa? Right? Natural numbers represented by N ya guys. Okay, and then I would like you to write the rest one the same thing like this. Okay, silakan dicoba. Okay, try it guys. Okay, saya minum dulu ya. I'm very thirsty. Oke, silakan dicoba dulu, dicoba. Dicoba. Ya, nggak dapet, kasihan. Nah. Oke, ada yang sudah bisa. Nah, coba ya. X such that X is the element atau belongs to N, and capital N ya, capital N is natural number, comma, and then you only need to write down this, like something like this, yeah. Set between 3 and 7. So how do you write it down in this form? Silahkan. Dicoba. Coba ya. Ini ya. B. Kalian copy paste aja nih. Nanti kalian terusin ya. X such that X is elemen gak ada ya? Pakai E aja lah, nggak apa-apa. E besar aja ya guys. N, nah, saya pakai E aja ya guys. Sorry, soalnya nggak ada simbol itu soalnya. Okay, you can continue the blank side that I have right yet. Okay, the form should be very similar to this guy. Yeah, very similar to that. Silakan. Ya, betul sekali Alzam. Very good. Yes. Oh, Cynthia, hampir X-nya kalau kamu tulis kayak gitu berarti X kurang dari 3 dong. Ya enggak, Cynthia? Benar ya? Bacanya kalau tulisnya begini, if you write down like this read X is less than 3. Tapi kenyataannya X itu kurang dari 3 enggak? Enggak kan? Nah, X itu di antara, between 3 and 7, right? Oke, Cynthia, tolong di posisinya aja tuh ya, posisinya aja kurang tepat. Oke, ya nggak apa-apa. Yang belum ngerti nggak apa-apa, nanti kita ini lagi ya. Oke, Kiara hampir, tapi kita bilangnya kalau if you use that, if I use this, right? So which means that 4 does not include. Yeah. But if I have this, ya baru 4-nya include. Jadi if you want to use 4, so you have to use this sign, ya, bukan this sign. So if you want to use this sign, so you have to use a number that is less than 4. Ya. Oke, Darren benar. Yes, betul. Gak apa-apa yang masih salah atau masih belum ngerti, gak apa-apa guys. Nanti saya jelasin ulang ya. Oke, Aira benar, good. Saya akan tunggu 2 lagi minimal, baru nanti saya jelasin ulang. Ya, silakan. Yes, gitu ya. Kenapa sih harus X-nya di tengah-tengah? Karena between gitu ya. Ya nggak sih? Gitu, between. Karena X ini di antara 3 dan 7 gitu. Jadi taruhnya di tengah-tengah. Jangan taruhnya di kiri atau di kanan. Oke, 2 lagi, saya menunggu 2 lagi. 2 more students. Nggak apa-apa, jangan takut salah guys, because namanya belajar ya. Oke, Kenny hampir benar, tandanya aja kurang tepat, dikit lagi, 1 tanda yang salah, 1 tanda. Nanti saya kasih tahu ya. Oke, 1 lagi guys. Oke, 1 lagi silakan siapapun. Ayo dicoba. Oke, Lukman kurang tepat juga. Oke, masih sebagian besar kayaknya masih belum paham. Gak apa-apa guys, no problem with that. I'm gonna start again ya guys. So we know that the number is between 3 and 7 ya. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to maybe when you are in elementary school, you know this sign, right? Ini sama ini, tahu kan? Arti bacanya apa? Right? Ini bacanya apa guys?
Less than.
Ya, ini bacanya less than ya. Less than. Kalau ini bacanya?
Greater than.
Greater than. Oke, very good. Ada lagi nih, kalau begini apa? Ini apa nih? Ada gini, tapi ada lagi tambahan gini nih. Ada enggak? Ini bacanya less than, equal to. Ada tambahannya belakang. Ya. The same thing with this one. Ya. If I have the sign like this is just read greater than. But if I add another line in here, this read as greater than, equal to. Oke. Ya, Tristan benar. Yes, bagus sekali. Oke ya. So let me give you an example on how what is the difference between these sign. Okay. So for example, if I say X is, let's say we want to write down a natural number ya, natural number. X is natural number ya, number. If I write down X like this, so what are the elements? Elementsnya apa aja? Silakan langsung di-unmute aja guys. Elementsnya apa? Lukman deh, Lukman. Yang termasuk ke ini apa aja angkanya?
Yang termasuk ini apa?
Ya, betul. Natural number ya?
Ya.
Bilang asli.
Itu 3, satu laginya X bukan sih Pak?
Iya, ini X. X. Ini bacanya dulu deh, ini bacanya apa?
3 less than X.
Kebalik.
X less than 3.
Dari kiri ke kanan bacanya. X is less than 3. If X is less than 3, what are the numbers? What are natural numbers which is less than 3? Apa aja?
2 sama 1, Pak.
Nah, 1 dan 2, right? There we go. But if I write that like this, ini bacanya apa? Abel. Ini.
X less than equal to 3.
Yeah, so what are the elements then? Elementsnya apa aja? Kalau tadi kan kalau X less than 3, 1 dan 2 ya. 3 nggak termasuk kan? Karena kan X kurang dari 3, berarti 3 tidak termasuk. 3 does not include. But if we have this sign, 3 is included with this. So that will be 1, 2, and 3. Itu bedanya. So this is the difference between if we have this sign and this sign. Yeah. So if we go back there again, guys. So if I have between 3 and 7, question, does 3 and 7 include? Masuk nggak?
Enggak.
Nggak masuk. Okay. Which means that I can write this on. Oh, okay. So that will be the x will be between 3 and 7, right? Here. That's it, because it's between 3 and 7. But if we choose 4 and 6, misalnya, Pak, I know that the elements is 4 are 4, 5, and 6, ya kan? Tadi yang di roster form kan. Now, if you want to use 4 and 6, you can actually use it, but you have to use this sign. Ini sama ini tuh sama sebenarnya. Gitu. Kalau kita ngomongin integers ya, atau natural number ya. Gitu ya. Kalau ini
angkanya dipakai ya, Pak.
Kenapa?
Jadi angkanya kalau misalnya 3 sama 7 cukup, kalau misalnya less than equal itu jadi disebutin juga.
Iya, betul sekali. Kalau pakai less than, pakai ada tanda bawahnya ini lagi nih, baru kita sebutin. Maksudnya itu juga termasuk ke dalam setnya ya, ke dalam elemennya. Tapi kalau kayak begini, berarti 3 sama 7 nggak termasuk. Gitu ya. I'm gonna give you another example, guys. Ya, banyak yang masih belum paham, nggak apa-apa. Oke, let's say I have a natural number less than 6. Less than 6. Oke, saya mau ke Abel dulu. Abel, let's say this is set A. So what are the elements, Abel? Apa aja angkanya?
1,
Yeah, 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, okay, very good. Quite easy, right? This is what we call a roster form. But if you want to write this out as a set builder form, yeah, so we can represent this as X ya. Kita represent aja, terserah mau pakai X, mau pakai Y, terserah lah. Saya pakai Y lah sekarang. Tadi kita pakai X ya. So let's say Y ya, Y such that Y, sekarang kita lihat, dibilang katanya natural number ya. So Y is belongs to natural number. Yang pertama. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to write down. Actually, you can write this down on the back, but it's, I'm gonna focus that on the first one. Yeah? And then you write down the number, which is a number less than 6. So how can I write down Y in terms of yang kayak begini misalnya? Bentuk kayak gini. Cynthia, can you help me with this?
Y-nya itu number
Y.
yang less than.
Yeah, less than 6. Jadi Y, terus tandanya gimana?
Yang ke situ.
Ke kiri ya? Ke kiri ya? Terus abis itu angka apa?
Angka 6.
Angka 6. Selesai. That's it. Gampang kan? Coba gitu doang, ya kan? Karena di sini tulisannya cuma less than doang gitu. Ya, karena cuma less than doang. Oke. So I'm gonna give you another example. Okay. Another example again. Natural number. Oke, number between. Nah, sekarang saya masuk between lagi ya. Between 7 and 11. Oke. Sekarang saya mau ke siapa ya? Ke Kenny dulu deh. Kenny, what are the elements of this set? Kenny, apakah bisa unmute? Ya, silakan.
Ya,
Ya, gimana? What are the elements of this set?
pakai yang kok itu.
Pakai roster form dulu aja. Tulis aja dulu apa aja sih anggotanya.
6,
6,
8,
8, oke, 8,
9,
9,
10.
10, right? That's it. Okay, very good. Now, if I want to write this out as a set builder form, again, guys, you can choose any variable you want. Yeah, if it's not mentioned in the question, you can use any variable, X, Y, Z. It's up to you. But most of the time, we use X. Yeah, I'm gonna use X again, guys. So I'm gonna use the curly bracket again, and then X, and then such that, and then X, because this is natural number, so X is the element of natural number. Oke, itu yang pertama. Oke, sekarang saya mau ke Abel lagi, Bel. Tadi yang belum. Kira-kira saya tulis apa nih? Bentuknya kayak gimana? Between ya. Mana, Bel? Ini contohnya nih. Mana tadi? nih between tuh kayak gini nih, tuh. Right? Can you see the pattern there? Right? So if you say between, so the variable will be in the middle, ya kan? And then the number is, this is like the one yang paling kecilnya, ini yang paling gedenya, right? Okay, so sekali lagi, saya mau ke Abel. Jadi tulisnya gimana? Mhm. 7, yes. Less than X, terus? Less than lagi?
11.
Yes, there we go. Selesai. See? Easy, piece of cake, guys. Ya. Kalau between udah pasti dia tandanya kedua-duanya ke kiri. Udah pasti. Ya. Less than. Ya, because ya that's in the middle. Jadi nggak ada ya begini. Nggak ada gitu ya. Jadi tandanya kalau misalnya dia X-nya di tengah-tengah, pasti dia ke kiri dua-duanya. Ya, oke? Tuh notes ya buat kalian ya, guys. Oke. So these are the example, guys, on how to write this down in set builder form. Yeah. So again, because there are a couple of questions that might be come up with the set builder form, and then you need to convert that into roster form. Yeah, it's easier for that. It's easier to convert set builder form to roster form than roster form to set builder form. Yeah, but we're going to do that later. Yeah? Okay, so next up, guys. The last one for today is the, what do you call it, the standard set of numbers. Yeah, so we have I have shown you about integers and natural numbers represented by the letter M, capital M. And then we also learn about the integers, right? This one here, integers. Wait, integers, right? Write it down as I, the letter of capital I. And there's actually another number, types of numbers. So actually you have learned this in grade 7 semester 1, but I'm gonna show you anyway. Okay, so please write this down, because again, guys, you will really need this in the next semester and semester test. So yeah, so the title for this one is standard sets of numbers. Okay, so basically we're going back to semester 1, guys. Okay, the first one is what we call natural numbers. So natural number is represented by the letter N, yeah, capital N, yeah, guys, capital N. So in bahasa Indonesia we call it bilangan asli, yeah, guys. Bilangan asli starts from 1, so that will be, the elements will be starting from 1. What is other color? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, right? To infinity. Okay, so this is what we'll call natural numbers. Okay, next up is next up is whole number. Yeah, whole number. Next up is whole number. Okay, whole number is represented by the letter W. Yeah, guys. Whole number. Ini masih gampang ya, karena sama. Natural N. Whole number W. Okay, and for this one, the elements of the set whole number is the only different from natural number to whole number is that whole number includes 0. Yeah, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on into infinity. Okay, so this is what we call whole number. Yeah. Okay, the next one is integers. Okay, so for integers, we have two notation. I mean, like two letters that can be used as to represent integers. Yeah, so integers. Okay, integers can be represented as I or Z. Okay, if you still remember in grade 7, semester 1, Z actually is from German language. It said Zahl. Zahl means numbers, like counting numbers. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. So if you see later on a set builder form, and then I will write down like this, right? So this Z means that it is integers. Yeah, it is integers. Jadi jangan sampai salah. So because most of the time, if you are going international, they will use Z, yeah, instead of I. Okay. Okay, so what are the numbers? What are the elements of this type of number, which is going to be from negative to infinity, right? So negative infinity. And then, for example, like for -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and to positive infinity. Okay. So it's the same thing, maybe like natural and whole number, but it contains negative number, right? So it's like counting number, but it can be negative. Okay, the next one is E. Okay, the next one is E. So E, so stands for even natural number. Number. Okay, that is going to be represented by the letter E, guys. So what are the elements? So the elements of even natural number are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and to infinity. Yeah. Okay, the next one is, of course, if we have an even number, so we will have odd number. Yeah. So we have odd natural number. And that will be represented by the letter O. Yeah. Okay. And then that will be that will be start from 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and to infinity. Okay, I think I still have more for that. And the next one is real number. Okay, so real number is denoted by the letter R. Okay. Real number is all numbers except the irrational number. Or real number, yeah, except the imaginary number, yeah. All numbers, all types of numbers except wait, for imaginary numbers. Okay, I think we have discussed this a little bit in grade 7. Do you still remember what imaginary number is? Imaginary, angka hayalan, angka yang dihayal-hayal. Okay guys, so we have real number. Real itu artinya kan asli ya. Bilangan, maksudnya bilangan bukan asli, bilangan nyata ya. Real itu artinya nyata. Bilangan yang nyata. Ada loh bilangan yang nggak nyata. Ada loh bilangan yang nggak nyata. If you remember, for example, I have square root of -1. Okay, everyone please take your calculator. Do you have your calculator with you? Okay. And then put this into the calculator and then press the equal sign. So what do you get? Get square root and then -1. What do you get in your calculator? Gimana? Mana kalkulatornya nih? Saya nggak lihat ada kalkulator. Gimana guys? Siapa yang udah nyoba silakan di unmute. Aira kayaknya udah coba nih. Oh ya, betul. Kata Aurel error Pak. Ya, oke. Yang lain error nggak? Siapa tahu ada yang nggak error. Oke, baru Aurel doang nih. Ayo guys, dicoba dulu. Saya pengen kalian cobain. Masukin kalkulator. Kenapa error? Nah, itu Abel beda sendiri. Betul. Karena ada kalkulator yang error, ada juga yang begitu. Kayak Abel. Yes. Oke. Nah, saya kan ambil punya Abel ya. Kalau punya Aurel, berarti kalkulatornya masih tipe yang agak sedikit lama. Ya. Kalau yang udah agak baru, dia tulisannya bukan error, tapi tulisannya adalah I. Kecil, ya kan? Ya Bel ya. Nah, Abel tulisannya I kecil dia. I itu asal katanya dari apa? Maksudnya itu akronim ya guys. Akronim dari apa? Imaginary. I itu imaginary. Gitu. Nah, ada nggak sih yang kayak gitu? Ya nggak ada sebenarnya kalau di dunia nyata gitu, teman. Kalau
Pak,
di ya.
berarti tulis yang itu kan yang di Bapak lingkarin hijau kan?
Iya, yang saya lingkarin hijau ini. Kamu apa?
Angka 1. Aku tulisannya gagal, Pak.
Iya galau dia emang, dia galau kemana-mana. Galat, galat.
Gagal, Pak.
Galat. Iya betul, emang begitu.
Oh,
Kalau
iya ada yang berhasil.
iya, makanya saya pengen kasih tahu bahwa itu kita sebutnya imaginary number gitu. Bilangan yang tidak nyata gitu. Ya, jadi ada bilangan nyata, ada bilangan tidak nyata. Nah, ini nanti kalian belajarnya di kelas 11 ya, guys. Saya cuma kasih tahu aja ada loh yang kayak gini, ya. Oke? Real number ya, guys, R. Jadi for now, you guys only will learn about natural, whole number, integers, even, odd. Udah itu doang, ya. Gak usah yang lain-lain. Oke? Oke, guys, I think that's it for today. Cukup ya. Sudah sejam, kurang dikit. Is there any question, guys? Can I stop sharing? Jangan keluar dulu ya, sebelum absen loh. Masih nulis ya? Sorry. Masih nulis ya? Oke. Silakan ditulis ya, guys. Ditulis. Please write this out in your notes. Yes.
Baca kalau real number kayak minus gitu masih kehitung, Pak.
Minus apa nih? Kalau minus
Kayak
doang ya.
minus 1, minus 2 gitu ya.
Kalau minus 1, minus 2 masuknya integers ya. Itu masuknya integers. Betul.
Masih, tapi real number berarti nggak masuk.
Ya masuk juga. Kan semua angka. Semua. Kecuali imaginary number. Ya. Jadi ini semua nih. Natural number, whole number, integers, even number, odd number. Itu semua termasuk ke dalam real number. Gitu. Semuanya masuk ke situ. Ya. Oke. Jadi kalau nggak disebutin dibilang real number itu bisa kayak pecahan misalnya 1/3. Nah ini kita sebutnya juga real number, nyata kan? Atau 1/2. Misalnya kamu beli telur, beli telur 1/2 kilo, bisa kan orangnya? Oh ya 1/2 kilo dihitung nih beli, gitu kan? Tapi kalau kamu bilang beli telur dong akar min 1 kilogram, gimana? Nggak bisa ya kan? Nah itu maksudnya ya. Oke ya, that's one of the examples, guys. Okay, again, guys, please write this down because most of the time you will encounter with all of these letters: N, W, I, Z, E, O, and R. Okay, sambil saya tunggu if there's any question, guys. If you don't have any question, I'm gonna wait in 2 minutes for you guys to write down the notes, and then we will end the class today. And I think. Wait, let me see the schedule again. We still have, wait, let me see the schedule. Wait. Kita masih ada di hari, kalau minggu depan itu hari Selasa ya. Oke. Oh, berarti minggu depan Selasa Jumat. Minggu depannya juga Selasa Jumat itu masih ada. Berarti aman ya. Kita masih ada 4 pertemuan lagi, guys. For 4 more session ya, guys. 4 more session. Next session. We will learn about cardinal number and Venn diagram ya. Kita akan ngomong Venn diagram. And then on Friday, 20th of May, we will do some exercises covering all of the topics ya. Jadi hari ini saya kasih tugas dulu. Minggu depan saya kasih tugasnya di hari Jumat ya. Nah, itu mengcover semuanya, semua topik yang udah kita ngomongin tentang set. Nah, the next week again, the 23rd, 24th, 23rd until 27, we're going to discuss all of the topics from semester 2. All topics, yeah, guys. All topics for you guys to prepare yourself for the final examination. Because again, the final examination will be held starting from 30th May. Ya, 30 Mei 2022. Ya. Oke. Ini ya. The calendar. Okay, guys, is there any questions before I end the class? Sekali lagi jangan keluar dulu karena belum saya absen. Cukup? Saya end stop share ya. Saya stop dulu. Oke, sekarang saya mau absen dulu. Absen kelas 7 Istanbul. Di sini udah mulai agak berisik ya, guys. Banyak pengajian di sini sekarang. Jadi saya pengen segera ke sekolah biar tidak terganggu. Oke, hari ini tanggal 13. Abel ada, Rafael ada enggak? Ada, tapi enggak on cam. On cam dulu dong. Rafael mana nih? On cam dulu. Ya, sip. Thank you. Gerardus, Darren, apakah bisa on cam dulu? Ira and then Brian, okay. Cynthia, Darren, Paliha, and then Gerardus, okay. Oh, Rafael cuma udah. Jovan kepalanya doang. Oke, Halim, oke. Kenny, oke. Kiara, oke. Alzam, Lukman, Aurel, Gio mana Gio? Kok hilang ya? Tadi ada perasaan menghilang. Oke, Felisa juga ada. Gio nanti saya absennya nanti saya belakangan ya. Oke. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for the time. And I hope that all of you are going to be healthy all the time. And we are going to meet again next week on Tuesday. Okay? Sampai jumpa. Dadah, bye-bye. Sayonara. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Pak.
Yo.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, guys. See you again. I'm going to end the class. Bye-bye.